Conference matchup in today's game as the Knicks come into town for this one. Welcome to Milwaukee. Home court advantage for the Bucks. We're at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Porzingis passes to Aflalo. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Dishes it to Galloway. New York moving it around. Pass to Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lopez. No good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand. But freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
So the New York starting 5. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Aflalo. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Galloway in at the 1 spot.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's Monroe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Monroe's got his team on the board to start the game for Milwaukee. And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And, Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable. Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Parker's shot is off. Knicks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in.
Not looking good for him so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
Here's Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by New York. Galloway kicks to Anthony. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Carter Williams dishes to Antetokounmpo. Takes it from 10. He squares up and sinks it. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Well, the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-tier defensive team.
And Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the 2nd-best defensive rating in the NBA.
And here is Parker, following the 3-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. He feeds it to Aflalo. Over to the wing. The 3. And again, Carmelo Anthony for 3. Anthony's got 8 points. Bucks trail by 4. Screen by Monroe. Throws it up high. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Now let's go over to Doris Burke, who spoke with Derek Fisher. Doris?
Kevin, he said he expects their interior defense to be airtight tonight. He said shot blocking is something our team can really hang its hat on. That ability to contest and deny shots inside frees us up to be more aggressive on the perimeter. So in a sense, it's really the foundation for us defensively. Guys, we'll see if they can build on that to secure the W.
Okay, thank you, Doris. And the defensive approach, guys, how do you think that'll play out here?
You know, sounds like they'd like to keep this a low-scoring affair. This could be one of those grind-it-out kind of games.
And I'm sure that would suit them just fine. It may not be what the fans want to see or hear, but a win is a win. Come on now. A W is a W, and that's what you're playing for.
And such a nice move to make the basket work.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Calderon against Middleton. Calderon with it. Here's the screen. 3-pointer. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Here's Carter Williams. It's rebounded by New York.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Calderon with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Calderon kicks to Aflalo. Releases. No good off the front iron.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. New York ahead, up by 4. And some tough times for the Knicks, but you listen to Carmelo Anthony, it's clear he's invested.
They pulled all the strings to get me here.
Knicks fans rooting for Carmelo to help make New York a playoff venue once again.
And you know what? It's going to take a lot more than Carmelo playing strong to get the Knicks back into the playoffs and to make them a destination to where NBA stars want to come.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for him. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Kevin Serafin, Kyle O'Quinn out there with Derek Williams. Then there's Calderon, and it's Galloway in at the point. The Knicks making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. Puts up a 3. Galloway, no good. The Bucks trail. When you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
Wow is right.
Okay, you ready? All right, let's go.
Here is Bayless. Plumlee with a screen on Calderon. Clock at 6. Here's Mayo, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Jabari Parker comes in for Henson. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Copeland. And it's Carter Williams in for Jared Bayless.
A room service dime by Jose Calderon. Getting back to Henson, last year was an odd one for him. I mean, he was starting. Then in February, he was benched in favor of Zaza Pachulia. That might be a hint to Henson that he needs to put a little more work into his game to maintain a place in the rotation.
And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And the call will be against O.J. Mayo. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter of basketball, just over 1.5 minutes played so far. Calderon against Mayo. Lopez passes to Galloway. 6 to shoot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Prior to last season, Giannis was experimenting with the point guard position for stretches during the summer league.
Well, you know, Kevin, he's just the type of guy whose size and length really allow him to guard every position.
True.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
Carter Williams dishes to Monroe. It's good. This game is all even. Monroe's got his 3rd basket of the night. New York shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Here's Galloway. Carter Williams covering. They set the screen. Takes a three. And again, it's the Knicks missing. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Knicks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Williams kicks to Calderon. Here's Galloway. Carter Williams covering. Galloway, the pass to Calderon. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. New York needs to get off a shot. Galloway with the bucket.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. And it's 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. On the subject of Michael Carter Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But, Greg, the one thing he can't seem to lock down is his shooting stroke.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field. You expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
There's 57 seconds left now here in the second. And Bayless kicks to Middleton. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Middleton's got his first bucket in this one. Grant outside. Passes it to Anthony. The jump hook. Here's Serafin, and that one's good. And the Knicks lead by 3.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Plumlee with the screen. For 3, Middleton. Another miss by Middleton. The Knicks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Grant, right side, from deep. Can't get it to go. The dish to Henson. And that one comes up a bit short.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his.
And a pretty tightly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. A fantastic first quarter from Carmelo Anthony. He had 10 points and 1 rebound. And that's it for halftime as the second half is just.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Jared Bayless is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Plumlee. Then it's John Henson. And it's Copeland in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. They set the pick. That's to Porzingis. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. Bank shot, no good.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
All alone, rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Puts it up from 15, and Middleton the bucket on the assist by Bayless. And the Bucks lead by 1.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Back to Afflalo. New York moving the ball around. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. You look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger, I think.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Jabari Parker comes in for John Henson. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Copeland. And it's Carter Williams in for Jared Bayless.
And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, he's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked.
And the Bucks making a change here. Mayo's checked in. Calderon, that's for 2. Kept alive by New York, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. On the wing, Afflalo, guarded by Mayo. Afflalo dishes to Calderon. Back to Afflalo. Feeds to O'Quinn. Goes back up, and the Knicks miss again.
And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector. Just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase blocks. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
Calderon kicks to Williams. Afflalo outside. He dishes it to Calderon. There's a minute 47 left here in the third quarter. And the rejection by Monroe. Here's Mayo. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season, top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
So for the Knicks, Seraphin comes in for Derek Williams. And it's Grant in for Aaron Afflalo. Down low, here's Seraphin. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Seraphin's got his second bucket of the night. Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Calderon against Mayo. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Mayo. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, covered by Anthony. Monroe, no good. New York trailing.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 3. And again, the Bucks miss. The wide open look here for Anthony. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's what they have to do more of. They got a great look out of that possession.
He got it up. Misses. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. The Knicks with the lead. On the court for the Knicks. Anthony out there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Galloway in at the guard position.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year, just lacked any real presence in the paint, and lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
He kicks it to Anthony. Here's Galloway, and the call will be against O.J. Mayo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Chris Middleton's checked in for O.J. Mayo. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him, but with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
Antetokounmpo passes to Monroe.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Middleton on the wing. All sorts of time. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th assist in this one. And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
We talk about needing a big 3 to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half, and when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day, and that's really what Carmelo did.
Rebound by Parker.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And the shot is good.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Here's Galloway. The feed now to Anthony. Inside. Galloway, no good.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
There is just no way, Clark, to tell who is going to pull this one out.
You know what, Kevin? I think looking at this game, it may very well come down to one crucial key play.
Clark, that's a great point. When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. You have to like what we're seeing from Antetokounmpo.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain him.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Here's a Flalo. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. And the Knicks lead by 1. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for New York.
Defensively, they've played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Grant, he's checked in for the Knicks. The pass to Carmelo, kicks to Lopez, and he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
Whether by design or accident, that was a very high-quality shot they created.
Middleton left side. 3-pointer, and yes, sir, that one drops. Middleton's got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
New York calls timeout. .143 left to play here in the fourth. Anthony dishes to Grant. Pass to Porzingis, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open. You know, no time wasted getting that ball up the floor for the uncontested finish.
Monroe with a screen on Grant. This is to Antetokounmpo. Here's Middleton. Shot no good. Excellent D there from Aflalo. Anthony drives in. Money!
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch!
Looking to get back on track here. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one's on Anthony.
Well, Antetokounmpo in this one. He's got 8 points and some good assists, too. 4 of them. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that can just do it as well as he does on both ends. He gets them to within 1 possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. A shot by Carter Williams, nobody around. Money!
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Clock at 6. Grant against Carter Williams. No good from Grant. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 1.
Spread the floor and let's get to the rim. Attack immediately. We're going to extend this game by fouling, so we've got plenty of time, fellas. No need to rush.
And here's Mayo from the arc. Can't get the 3 to fall. So a close game sees New York take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came to...
Carmelo, how were you able able to take control.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Carmelo Anthony. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
We've seen so many performances like that over the course of Carmelo Anthony's career that we've gotten spoiled. But we shouldn't fail to appreciate what he has been able to do tonight. He was spectacular. When he doesn't try to do too much, Carmelo Anthony is absolutely lethal. And he had it going tonight.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting